Hey, good afternoon guys, and welcome to the Sunday Build Series where we're working on my 2015 Honda CRF450R, and this might be the last build video, or rather the last video that has actually building in it, because we're hoping that we can finish this today. We just got a few things left to do. We have to do the clutch lever, we got to do the chain block, we got to put the chain on, and a few other bits and pieces. I'm going to solder for the first time, but the issue that we have right now is leaking oil. I've cleaned it up twice already. That towel is soaked with oil. I came out here the next day after finishing up building on the last video and noticed a massive puddle of oil. Fortunately, we figured out what the problem is, and the drain bolt is not tightened. So when we drained out the oil, we must have not tightened that all the way back on. So we're gonna get this thing off the stand, tighten that bolt, clean everything up, and hopefully that's the only issue that we have.
Still not leaking.
Not leaking? All right, so we took a little bit of a 20-minute break to watch the build series video that went out last week because it just published. We put this towel underneath the bike to see if it was gonna continue to leak, and it's not. So that means we can continue, and we have a skid plate. This one is from Moose Racing. It's actually really nice. I can't remember what it's made out of, but it's pretty nice. It's nice, it's hard, and it'll get the job done.
You know, it gets the job done? I don't know, I've never heard that before.
So we're gonna put this on just because now we have the bike off the stand. It's on just the little triangle right there. We still have to put a kickstand on. But yeah, we'll put the skid plate on and see how it looks, and then we'll probably move on to something like the clutch lever and then the issues that we have with the throttle tube. This is how Frat likes to lay in my garage.
At least I'm not licking my nuts this time.
Ooh, don't tell him about that.
Could be a little overwhelming at times. Are you about to ask what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
That's the mounting point so that we can put that on the frame over there.
Yeah,
and then attach this.
They hadn't threaded the bracket. That's why. So you have
Oh, gotcha.
I had to do it myself. It's kind of weird. I wonder if there's a benefit for that. Probably not. Making Friday more work.
Life lesson.
I don't do those. To remove a clutch lever, firmly grab the lever and push it down until you hear a snap. Oh, just kidding. Brent already did that for us.
Thanks. So this is the Righteous Stunt Clutch, which is the same one that I have on my WR. Basically the best investment that you can make for your dirt bike or supermoto, seriously. When people ask me my favorite mods on any of my bikes, my answer is almost always this clutch lever because it's such a nice pull. It looks great. It simplifies the whole clutch lever assembly. It's just a really awesome unit, so check that out. This is the fresh black, as you can see here. I've had this on for maybe 2 years, and there's a slight fade, but really not too much. Jake the Garden Snake made a more detailed video of doing the install, so if you want to check that out, if you're actually interested in that clutch lever specifically, I'll put a link down in the description, his video, you can check that out. He put on a green one on his WR450. Brake bleeding time. So we've been bleeding it from the bottom. We just bled it more from the top, and we have nothing but fluid coming through, no air at all. And we still don't have any brake pressure. There's literally nothing, and it's not actually pulling the pads. So we're gonna keep bleeding from the bottom and see if it makes an improvement. So I'm really kind of lost because it shouldn't really be a complicated procedure. So I'm gonna email Motomaster and see if they can give me an opinion on that, figure it out. The issues we have is that there's fluid in the lines. Fluid is all that we've got coming out of it. We're bleeding it from the master cylinder, we're bleeding it from the caliper, and it's not helping at all. So we're gonna move on to the rear brakes. So we were having a little bit of an issue in that we were having to press the brake lever nearly all the way down in order to get this to go up enough to press the pads in. So what we had to do was just adjust this bolt, basically undoing this and then backing this bolt out so that this sat lower and thus the pedal sitting a little bit higher. So now we don't really have to press it all the way down in order to get the same pressure and push the pads into the rotor. Still got to bleed the lines a little bit, but we're gonna roll the bike in a little. In order to roll the bike forward though, we got to take these things off, which we would have to do eventually anyways, because I need to cut these down a little bit so they go around the tire and don't run into it. Alright, so there's my little fork guard modification job. Looks decent, I think. There's one, and then here's the other right there. That'll do. That'll do. No! I totally thought I did enough. Dang it. I thought I did. Crap. Let me see this one. Huh. How did I not mark those correctly? Alright, back to the drawing board.
He means driveway, where he does his stuff.
Don't know what kind of stuff I'm doing in the driveway.
Same stuff you did in your bedroom when your mom thought you were cleaning your room.
Alright, so my camera turned off for some reason, so it lost me actually cutting this stuff, but I cut these down, cut this one a little bit farther there, you can see, and then this one I just went ahead and cut off the entire thing, so will look a little bit better than having like a 1/4 inch long little extension there at the bottom. So alright, so we got the bike back up on the stand because we're gonna put the chain on, but here is, wait, spin the wheel. Brakes work. My point in showing that was our adjustment here did fix the issue we had with the brake pedal. Alright, so next up we're installing the chain block. Got this from Toxic Moto. What this does is gives the chain something to block it from slapping against the tire or the wheel. So we're not going to use any spacers on the front sprocket or the rear sprocket or anything like that. I actually already have clearance. This just gives us a little bit of peace of mind and prevents the chain from moving back and forth from where it stands just at rest. So we're going to go ahead and install this. It does require drilling into the swing arm. What we'll do first is put the chain on and then align this to the chain and then mark it, and then take the chain back off and drill.
Putting on your master link. It goes on so that the solid end is facing the direction of travel, which in this case is that way, because if you put it on this way, it's going to hit things like the chain block here and pop off. And then next thing you know, you're driving around without one of these on.
Look at that. Bike has a chain. It could actually move right now. All right, so the chain is on. Had to tighten it up a little bit, but it is now good to go. There's our linkage. Yeah, not much left. We have to solder the wires, fix the throttle tube, figure out the front brakes, and put some oil in. All right, so we've taken a break to eat food. Lots of beans.
Get ready. It's gonna be a roller coaster.
So the next thing that we're gonna work on is the soldering. Let's see if we can do this. Neither of us have soldered before.
We've had a lot of inspiration from the comments.
We have had a lot of inspiration from the comments.
Really good feedback.
Yeah, there's actually been a lot of good comments about soldering on the most recent video.
Should do one of those polls on the video. How much? Who believes Fry is going to burn himself before the end of the soldering? Place your bets.
Place your bets in the comments.
I mean, I've already slammed my head on the garage door 3 times today, haven't I? Stepped on the duck. Now there's going to be like 8 comments. You're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. Yeah, we're aware. We're aware that this entire thing is probably wrong. Oh, this one. So he said heat up the wires, and those should be warm enough to just melt this.
Do I just like touch it?
I guess so. I'm not sure how much is enough.
I don't know if I leave it in place or. Oh, we're gonna get so many comments.
I think you move it. He said something about moving. Oh.
Do you want to touch it?
That's what she said.
What's this?
I don't know if I.
No, it's not warm enough. This is where a fry gets burnt. Oh, I think that's good.
Did I do it?
Yeah, that looks good. That looks almost perfect, dude. Compared to the examples he said, this one's good. That really took like no time at all. Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Did I get it on you?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
That's okay. Well, whoever placed their bets knows how they won. We knew it was going to happen.
Hold on.
Yep.
Look at that.
Dude.
Dude, that's.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm very happy with this. Let's solder more things.
Right? Just look at that, guys. Look at that. It's not going to focus very well, but it's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Why is it not focusing? There we go. Look at that. Heat shrink. Soldering. Accomplished. All right, so we decided not to solder this and just use the connections that came with it because they're actually pretty nice, and we just have it hidden behind the plastic here, and it's held in place against the subframe and plastic. So it actually works out pretty well. Nice and hidden. That means all the wiring is done except for the trail tech. We have to wire the trail tech to the battery. So Fry did the ghetto method to connect the trail tech to the battery. He just stuck it in the back end of these things. Ideally, we would have correctly sized connectors here so we could attach it to the second port, but for the temporary route, he connected it here, and hey, look at that, a backlight.
So now this means
the seat can go on.
the seat can go on.
Okay, so I wasn't recording because I didn't have faith, but Fry had some. Where'd you find this?
I thought of it, but I was fucking with it when you were grinding down the fairings.
Huh? You mean the fork cards?
The fork card. You're grinding them down. I was over here playing with
so
it.
he tried something. He was just like, dude, I just want to try this real quick. So explain to them what you just did.
Okay, I thought, or was theorizing, there was air stuck up here somewhere, getting trapped where we couldn't get it with both of these once we started bleeding it. So I figured if we let it sit, let the bubbles come up, and then slowly pull the lever back while cracking open the bleeder on top, let that air out, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, a crap ton of air came out.
And built up pressure.
We did it like 3-4 times, and then solid fluid started coming through, and then the resistance started up, and now before you would pull this all the way to the handlebars, no resistance at all, and now it actually works like a brake lever should. But literally, the only thing left is a throttle tube and oil.
Yeah. I think you're gonna ride it tonight.
We might actually be able to ride this thing. Holy crap. Okay. Next up is taking off the throttle tube so that we can sand down the end of the handlebar so that hopefully we can eliminate the issue we have here. I know we had some people say that it was probably the grip rubbing on the handguard, but it's not, I promise, it's not touching at all. We really think that it's the powder coating, so. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's day 2 of building. We had some technical difficulties last night. My SD card filled up and my computer wouldn't turn on, so I couldn't transfer anything off of it, and so I couldn't record the thing that we were working on. But we have it fixed. I know a lot of people were giving me suggestions on why my throttle tube was sticking, but as you can hear, it's not sticking anymore. So what we did, and this is what I expected to be the issue, as you can see here on the end a little bit, I sanded down the actual end of the bar that the throttle tube sits on, and that makes it so that it's got clearance now. The throttle tube does on the bar. So you twist it and it springs back in place as it should. Hopefully you guys can see that. I wasn't really paying attention to the screen. Put the handguard back on and then get to putting in the oil and topping off the coolant. All right, so we just topped off the oil and the coolant, and we're gonna run the bike and then check the oil level again, see if it's where we want it to be, and then if it is, ride. All right, so you guys might have noticed that whenever I would just kind of rev the throttle, the bike would die. I don't know if this is why, but we ran the bike, realized that we had just a little bit too much oil in there, took some out, and it got the level good, and now it's not doing it anymore. I don't know if it just needed to warm up a little bit, or if it was because the oil was too high, but brake light, tail light's working, headlight's working, bike's got its fluids. It's time. God, I got like the nervousness, like when you're about to go on like the biggest roller coaster that you've ever been on. You don't like roller coasters.
Nope. Give me the poops.
All right, I got something slightly more protective. Not basketball shorts. Got my helmet, and God, you have no idea how. I just got nerves, man. This is like a big deal, dude. I think I'm more anxious about this first ride than first time I rode a motorcycle, first time I rode a 600, first time I rode my R1.
First time I rode your mom.
You were anxious before that?
Oh yeah.
Watch, something's gonna fail. I'm gonna go up in a big old giant
It's okay.
fireball.
Oh, now you are. Now you are. Look at that ass.
Oh man. We got a storm rolling in.
Dude, that's what that sounds great.
Oh my god, dude.
And she stopped.
She stopped.
Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of rub.
Oh my god, dude. That's freaking amazing. You know what I realized though? You need to put these bolts in.
Oh.
What do you guys think? What do you think of that? Holy crap. Ah. Alright guys, so y'all just got a little teaser there, but I will I'll be having a first ride video with me. I mean, it'll be a technically second ride, but first ride out on the road. That'll go up on Wednesday. Build series aren't ending. Next Sunday we'll be actually getting this thing registered, titled, showing you guys that process. And then we'll be doing a mods video showing every single mod that's on the bike. We'll be doing a reveal video. I know you guys have seen the bike, but I gotta do a fancy cinematic reveal video. And then we move on to the next build. Don't know what it is yet, but we'll be moving on to the next build. So these build series on Sunday, they're not ending. I'm gonna be continuing them. I just don't know what bike we're gonna be working on. All right, I just realized that all the footage that we just got is way overexposed and you guys can't really see the bike. So I'm gonna run it again. Obviously it won't be the first time that it's running and you guys getting to see it, but hopefully it'll do. Hopefully you don't hate me too much.
I think he said it's raining men. I don't know, maybe. Well, the question everyone's gonna ask. You ready?
What's up?
On a scale from 1 to bananas, how purple are you?
Orange.
Nice. Nice.
But I wanted to give a huge shout out to all of the sponsors on this build. I will put every single one of their names on the screen right now because I know I'm gonna forget one. Without them, this build would not be possible to the extent that we've done it. This is far and away better than I even expected it to be. Look at this freaking thing. Look at that.
Come on, me or the bike?
Oh.
Oh.
And this guy, Fry Riding, y'all need to sub to him if you're not subscribed yet. He's been a huge help on the build. Seriously, coming out like multiple times a week for the past 3 months. And yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday for the actual first ride video of this bike. First vlog on this thing out on the open road. Hit that like button if you like the sound and look at this bike. Give a thumbs up for the completion of this build. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subbed yet. And I'm Motonosity, and I'll see you guys in the next one.